Geneva? Geneva?
Yes,
Lake
Geneva.
Geneva? Yes, Geneva. So go check them out, guys, at TSR Con, March 24, 27, 2022. Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Um, but yeah, so we just want to do some kind of like fireside chat, something like that. Put out that content for everybody, even if by Sunday rolls around next week, it's only in a few days, really. But still, something is better than nothing, and keep it to that schedule. And because the holidays are coming around, everyone's schedule is getting a little crazy, you know. I don't. I mean, this isn't gonna be very long. We're gonna try to get in, get out, So Christmas, like I said, is around the corner, guys. Who's excited?
I am more than excited, but I do not know what to get my girlfriend for Christmas. I have no clue.
Just give her cash.
I don't have money. You know how poor I am.
Give her $20.
Cash.
$20. I don't have.
Something pretty with that.
Just straight up cash app it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just be like, hey, buy yourself.
What about when the holidays come around? I think of a few things. One of them being tradition. Do y'all have any traditions around the house that might seem a little different?
Getting the tubs out of the shop so Nana can decorate.
I might have to hear that one more time. Getting the what out of the what?
Getting the tubs out of the shop so Nana can decorate.
I heard that right. Okay. What in the world does that mean?
Yeah. So all of our Christmas decorations are stored in the shop in the tubs, and just every year it's just like a humongous, it's like a minor inconvenience. And I'm just like,
see, when you say
I don't
tub,
like decorating.
When you said tubs, my mind went to bathtubs, and I was like, why in the world?
The decoration bathtubs out.
Yes, I was like, what in the world kind of shit is this? What about you, Lane? What you got?
I honestly have nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we eat food. That's it. I mean, we don't even really do a whole lot for Christmas. We don't decorate. We don't do anything.
Actually, we do have a tradition. Me and my brothers have a tradition.
I have a tradition. I binge Harry Potter.
Ooh, nice.
My tradition is Mom consults. So like if she's trying to get presents for me, she consults the other three brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she needs to get a present for Brandon, she consults me and the other two, and then so on and so forth. So we all know what each other is getting for Christmas, and so we just tell each other ahead of time what we get, what we're having for Christmas.
Wait, did she already tell you?
Yeah. Well, she told me what Brandon and Alex and Seth are getting, and I've told them.
Did they tell you what you're getting?
Yes.
Damn it. She even actually reached out to me. That kind of ruined it. I was hoping to.
Oh no, I don't know what you're getting me.
No. She reached out to me about what she was going to get you.
Oh well, then I have no clue because whatever that is, no clue.
Oh God, I hope that is like a secret gift on the side. She's going to slap you with, and you're like, oh my God.
More than likely, that is the case because
trust me,
we only know what we're getting. We only tell each other what we know about. Yeah. If there's something else out there that she has consulted other people for, we have no clue.
Okay.
So there is a bit of secrecy when it comes to the gifts.
Good.
But at least what she asks us about, we pretty much tell each other.
Okay.
That is our tradition. And I've got a funny story about it, getting on to how we do want to tell stories about our childhood. Early on when this was before Brandon was even adopted, but we still had him around for Christmas and stuff. We had told Brandon what he was getting. He was getting, I think it was a new guitar for Christmas. And he was like, oh, that's so cool and everything. And obviously we get around to Christmas, we already know what's in the box. And he opens it, and it's the guitar. And when I say I've never seen anybody act as well as him when it came to acting surprised when he was getting that guitar, the man looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah.
And I was just, me and Alex looked at each other like, we told him what he was getting, right? And we just looked at him, and he gave us that look of acknowledgement, like he's acting, but still it just felt so weird because it
was so well done. He almost fooled y'all.
Oh man,
exactly.
You want to know what's really cool about that? I don't have siblings, so I don't have those sweet, beautiful memories, and I've had a lonely childhood.
Yeah, I love Yeah, you know what's really cool about that? My childhood was depressing. Yeah,
No,
so
I got like confirmation today. Like I thought I did, but like I have like a half sibling somewhere.
oh, that's kind
So
of
I'm
like
thinking about
yeah.
Wait, we were just talking about
getting
that earlier, Lane. You didn't think to bring that up?
no, no. I I do. It's a half sister, but I'm thinking about hopping on Facebook and send her a message, be like, look, we're related.
You want to hook up?
The baby daddy is the same.
So no, was your dad? You have the same dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know Cap has a sister that he's never met in Atlanta.
She's hot. I really hope he listens to this because I always mess with him.
I think I've seen a picture of her too. She is pretty hot though.
She's married though.
Isn't she a redhead too?
She's a redhead. Yeah.
You look at the photo. You look at Cap. Back to the photo. Back to Cap. You're like, what happened?
But yeah, he definitely we were passing through Atlanta, I think, at one point going up to Pennsylvania, and that's when he told us about it, and we were like, we saw a picture, and we were like, damn, we might need to stop by.
Cap, you can stay in the car.
You can wait here for 30 seconds.
I will sell my body on the side to get the money and funding to go visit and disrupt the marriage.
Yeah, so I've got a story too, real quick but it's not actually about me. So believe it or not, Jeff, when he was younger, he was, I guess he was just always smart. And back in the day, some of the stuff that they had were like action figures, toys like this, right? And they boxed him up. But Jeff figured a way to actually cut the tape and unwrap the package in the boxes prior to Christmas without anyone knowing, and then rewrapping them himself. He would play with what his gifts were, then rewrap them and put them up under the tree again as a kid. So when Christmas, so he played with, huh?
What? That man should have gone into bomb defusal.
So he'd played with most of his toys all month long, and then when Christmas came, when he opened them, it wasn't special to him anymore. But apparently, they found out because apparently he was doing double layers of tape. That's how he got caught, or something. It was something trivial.
Oh.
So something very trivial. And if it wasn't for that, they'd have never found out. But they found out, and they knew, but they let him do it because they knew that he would get no satisfaction out of it at the end.
Interesting.
I was like, that is so clever.
You know what's funny about that? The moment you said what he did, in my mind, I was like, God, I love hearing about what psychopaths do as children. That is absolutely insane.
It's funny you mentioned that as well. I never imagined Jeff as a kid. I just imagine him just being old, or not necessarily old, but the way he is now, just for his entire life.
I totally agree. Like, I assumed for the longest time he was just born with a beard and as a Marine.
Exactly.
He was just
he
born.
Just came out the womb with a beard.
He just came out with a beard and out of boot camp. I mean, I thought that's how it happened.
He came out of the womb with a rank.
He came out as a sergeant. Yeah.
Is that what he retired from the Marine Corps as?
He was something above a sergeant. I can't remember.
Sergeant Major?
I'm not sure. I don't want to say it and it be wrong, but it was something. It was definitely above a sergeant. I'm just not sure what it was. Yeah. I just don't want to say it and me be wrong right now, so I'd rather just hold off on that. Now, and I know talking about toys and stuff, you can imagine back then the kinds of things people played with: action figures, silly putty. You remember those Stretch Armstrongs from when you were kids?
Oh, I remember Stretch Armstrong.
Oh man, that they were the most messed up toys, but just so fun. And you could sling them at people as like weapons. They were portable maces for children. It's what they were.
Wait, I just remembered. I talked to you about this, Drake, because I was poor as a kid, right? And I told you about the Christmas one time when I was with my mom, how she got me this. This was my one and only Christmas present that year. She got me a laser pointer.
Yes.
So I could use it to play with the cat.
which was a dog.
Which was a dog.
Yeah, I can say that never happened for me because I was underappreciative of what I had when I was a kid.
Well, no, I was like, like looking back, I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was like, at least I'm getting something, you know?
Yeah, see, that's really cool. It didn't take until later in my life that I realized, well, I was an idiot as a child, just in general.
Well, you want to know why I was that way? Is because I knew we were poor, like throughout most of my entire childhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time I would ask my mom for something, where I'd be like, "Hey, I want this." Anytime she would get me something, she'd be like, "All right, and don't ask for anything else." And I'd be like, "Okay, no, I just won't." So that's why I have problems to this day of asking anybody for anything.
Huh. I think we all have mothers who would do stuff go out of the way because you can imagine, like, even that one thing, if they were in such a hard time, must have been brutal.
Oh, see, I predicted it. Cap came in to ruin it.
Here comes Cap. Welcome to the late session, Cap.
The late podcast. We're doing a holiday episode, Cap, and you came in and ruined it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We're recording the holiday special.
Recording the holiday special for what?
For the channel.
There's a holiday special?
Yes, that's what we're doing right now.
Why was I not informed of this?
Because you're at work.
Yeah, that's your point.
It's okay, Cap. What happened last time, you slightly overslept, and I get it. I do. In fact, people didn't have to hear about that. I didn't want to bring it up. In fact, I was trying not to bring it up so people didn't know that happened. But
that's fine. I have at least a decent excuse. I'm working 2 jobs.
He is. This man is like, and he lives in Florida on top of everything.
And he lives in the Bronx.
I do live in Florida and in the Bronx.
And he's got like 7 kids to take care of. Like, so it's great.
That is true as well.
So
he's got 7 kids, but 8 baby mamas. I don't know how that works out.
Yeah, I don't know how you found out about all that.
And he's a virgin too.
So
it's like a Jesus situation.
So Cap, somehow your name, your title, got flipped around. It is like backwards and upside down. I don't know how this happened, but it did. So we're just gonna run it like that. But for everyone watching, this is what it looks like. For some reason, his name wanted to go full autistic on us.
That's alright. I'll just speak upside down.
You're just speaking Australian at that point.
Yeah. So it's
I really like that one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Zach making dad jokes.
That one built up for a second. Oh shit!
That joke just built in power. Yeah, but so I'm just gonna run it like that, and I'll fix it later. I think it'll work for now.
That's you know what? It'll be special.
Yeah,
what holiday is this?
Wait, Christmas.
It's
Christmas.
Oh,
the white one, I guess, is what they call it. Oh no, I can't say that. That's not PC.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you're thinking of
cocaine.
The holiday season.
Yes, that must be it, Cap. Now, we've already answered a couple of these questions, but one of them, I'm curious for you, holiday traditions, what are they, and do you have any?
I do have a few, actually.
Go ahead.
So, obviously, we do, Christmas stuff, like normal. Even though I'm not religious myself, we always go to church before Christmas on that Sunday. And you always open up one present on Christmas Eve. Those are my 2 big ones.
Interesting. And I mean, when it comes down to it, that's the only Sunday that counts.
That is the only Sunday that
Jesus
counts.
is paying more attention on that Sunday.
Exactly.
He pays more attention.
Oh, I don't usually see this guy. Maybe I just missed him.
You think he's just sitting up there with like next to God, and he's like playing like League of Legends or something next to him, and the God's like, "Oh wait, whoa, this guy, he never comes in."
It's also like, how can you miss a 500-foot tall Cap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fill up the whole fucking church every time.
He just stands
Like, you
outside and
cannot
looks through a
miss.
window.
You can't miss a 507.3 foot tall man. Like, it's impossible.
So, yeah, tradition, stuff like that. Now, do you have, by chance, guys, anything that you think about when you think about Christmas back in the day? What would you have wanted the most back then? But now, how's it changed? And what do you want now that you could never have had back then?
Oh,
All right,
What-
so no,
Go ahead.
Cap, go ahead. I want to hear what you
Okay.
got.
yeah. So when I was younger, the thing I always wanted, it boiled down to three things. Video games. Obviously, that was my number one. I also wanted, like, like all the typical stuff. I wanted electronics, and I wanted a rabbit. More than anything in the world, I wanted a rabbit.
Uh
Eventually, I did get my rabbit. He was an asshole, and I hated him.
huh.
But now when I think of Christmas, like they asked me what I wanted for Christmas a little while ago, and it took me 4 days to figure out anything to send them. I was like, I don't know, guys. Like, what?
What'd you figure out?
I decided on a pasta extruder that you could mix custom liquids into. So I like neat stuff, like stuff with a little novelty to it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make meat pasta?
I could make meat pasta. I could make strawberry, you can put in like strawberry syrup and make like dessert pastas.
That's
you could
wild.
put in alcohol or
That's
Monster.
wild.
I saw somebody do blue Monster pasta.
That's
Now,
wild.
why
That's
on
just-
God's
that's
green
just-
earth?
That's criminal.
That is an abomination.
It's so cool.
I just
That
want
gonna
is
go
the,
to
that needs the
church.
final solution.
Cap.
We're
Hey.
gonna go to church
Cap.
on Christmas or for Christmas, and then start doing shit like that in your day-to-day life. You're a Satanist walking among them. I don't know what you think you're getting away with.
I must know, Cap. What happened to you that destroyed that rabbit-loving child and turned him into this monster before us?
Okay. So I got a rabbit. I named him Bartholomew. I loved Bartholomew with all my heart. He was white and he had little brown spots.
Oh, you
And
know, fight. Okay.
No freaking racist.
I remember my mom said, I remember you have to feed him and play with him every day. And I was like, okay. So I did that. I would reach into his cage, I would pet him, I would give him food, and after about 4 or 5 days of doing that, I guess he decided he didn't like it. And he would bite the shit out of my finger every time.
They
And
can
then-
they can hurt.
So I stopped petting him, and then after a while, he would start chasing me. He would bang up against the side of the cage until it came open and bite the shit out of my foot.
Some Monty Python shit right there.
You need a holy hand grenade for
I
him.
Cap.
really did.
Did you check your rabbit for rabies?
Well, if he had rabies, I would probably have rabies.
No wonder Cap is autistic, because he got rabies.
But my mother is a veterinarian. I think she probably would have noticed.
Wait, she was a veterinarian? Maybe they just
Yeah.
found this rabbit. Was it like in the lost and found at work and she just took it home?
There's an animal lost and found
It's
at the
just-
veterinarian clinic.
I don't know. Someone left this in the bathroom. We can find the owner.
I don't know.
It's like a
Probably
fire.
expensive.
It's like babies at a fire station. People just leaving animals on their doorstep.
And man, we gotta feed and water it, and we gotta play with it every day, and then it's gonna bite the shit out of me.
Cap will love
See,
this.
I used to sleep on the couch out in the living room.
Out of fear.
I didn't have a bed. And one day he broke out of the cage during the night and ran up to me while I was sleeping and bit my left eye, like on the eyelid.
Dude,
Well,
I
that was out for blood.
would have threw that bitch into an XL white tube sock and started swinging. Alright?
We eventually let him out into the wild.
No,
Yeah, and he probably has an army.
no, he's probably
He's not dead.
Cap.
He's too angry to die.
he knows where you are.
Rabbit.
He's
That
the
rabbit.
Doom Rabbit.
That rabbit's outside, like right now, of your apartment, just watching you through the window.
Looking at you through the window.
He's developed human speech, and he's like, "This bastard
It's a-
doesn't know."
It's like this is he Cap. You're gonna have a red Christmas, man. Just be careful. That's all I can say.
Look, my Christmas stuff as a kid was never that extravagant. I don't think.
It's
Alright, so
horrifying.
like, I used to play with like Hot Wheels and like cars in the bathtub. So I liked like Hot Wheels stuff when I was a kid, you know? And then it evolved into video games. And then it just sort of stayed as video games for like the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly over time, the elderly nature in me started being like, you know, I'd like socks and underwear. That's cool.
I love socks. Getting
Dude.
Christmas socks is great.
Like
Underwear and tank tops are great.
for real.
Underwear, yes. Socks, it has to be a very certain type of socks.
Yeah,
I don't wear white
Golden
socks.
toe.
Here's the thing with me: as long as the socks actually fit, then I'm good. Like there's something about just being an adult. Like we just love socks because for some reason we lose every
Dude,
one we have.
Foot comfort is top tier.
Listen here, kids, if you're listening. You think getting clothes and socks and underwear for Christmas is sucky? When you're an adult, that shit becomes like crack.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't have enough.
You're like waiting on next Christmas, your underwear and socks all have holes in them because you work construction or like lumber or some shit, and you're like, please, Lord,
It's a godsend.
bequeath me another pair of socks.
Because eventually, like, whoever is gifting you these, like my dad and Crystal, they give me tank tops and underwear every year, and they always get like this one specific set, and they're always so comfy.
Oh yeah, that's that $50 set, man.
Hey, you know what? I need to stop by. No, I need to tell my grandmother, oh, what do you want for Christmas? Nah, go to Walmart and get me like 2 packs of Hanes. All right, that's all I need.
I got a question for you guys. What's your favorite part of Christmas?
Oh,
Like,
The food.
not like
The dinner.
That's a good one.
The
Honest-
food is absolutely the
You
best
don't mind
part,
it?
because I don't visit family.
Is it
that's
the
for damn
meth?
sure.
Well, yeah, I was kind of excluding family because everybody is gonna say most people will say family, excluding family.
Yeah, family doesn't even matter.
My personal favorite is the lights. I love Christmas tree lights and like hung up lights.
yeah.
That shit makes me happy.
I
You
think
know what's really funny? Me and my girlfriend, she was hanging out with me one day,
yeah.
and we just decided, we were like, all right, nah, you know what? We're gonna go do this, and then we're gonna go and stop by the park and look at the Christmas lights, because our park puts up like hella Christmas lights, like insane amounts.
Yeah.
Like it's actually beautiful. You don't even have to pay. You can just like donate whatever you want to like a dude with a bucket, and then you just roll through. And so, you know, we were under the influence of water and other illegal substances. And apparently, you know, I was driving close to this dude. I was not. She was just freaking out. And it was beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that much right now. It was beautiful.
You know what's gonna be beautiful, Lane, is come Christmas, I'm gonna have a special shirt made for you that says water and other legal substances on it.
Wait, Drake, have I showed you my new phone background that Zach showed me this picture?
No, you didn't.
Hold on, let me
But
send it to you real quick.
yeah, send it to me. But for me, I would say somebody said family, right? But I think
we were excluding family because that's the default.
yeah. But I think it's more like the concept of it just makes me happy because people are in a better mood. Everyone's all looking towards helping other people, and
Yeah.
everything just seems brighter, you know, on Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, everything like leading up to Christmas seems nice and all.
Somebody's never seen Scrooge.
Oh no.
He's going Robo.
No.
Yeah, That's funny.
Ooh.
That's pretty funny. That's good, Lane. Is that what you have?
Is what? Oh, that
yeah,
I sent you?
Is that right now?
Yeah, that's my phone background now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like
Meth.
my home wallpaper.
Yeah, I smoke weed meth.
Weed meth.
You guys just got that?
Yeah.
No, I've had that for a couple days, right?
No, he's talking about the Scrooge.
Oh yeah, Scrooge. Yeah, we just got.
Just-
Scrooge.
You know what I think is beautiful?
Snowflakes.
I think the most beautiful thing in this world, now, you can quote me on that, because I hold this opinion dear to my heart, is the absolute violence that occurs on Black Friday.
Yes.
I hold that near and dear to myself, and I'm quite sad that we didn't have anything spectacular happen here locally like we've had in the past.
It's like the fucking Hunger Games, and everyone that knows not to go is the rich people, and then they're the plebeians from the like villages or whatever that are like going and fighting. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I want this 25% off box of tissue paper. Like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, I love watching just like crowds of people in Walmart and all these other stores like murder each other and steal children, and it's just
Yeah, literally.
it's ridiculous.
Oh,
Welcome back, Kat.
I'm back.
Welcome back, dude.
I did not miss you.
So, Zach, though, you didn't answer Cap's question. I would love to. I want to know your opinion.
I was letting you guys answer first. Obviously, for me, I think the best part is I don't necessarily want to say family, but and everybody defaults to that answer. But our family is so unique in how we operate when it comes to certain things like that. And when me and my brothers and like a bunch of our friends get together, it is an absolute just Lane, you can attest. I mean, it's an absolute just
Yes, I
madhouse.
actively participate in it.
It is a grand event. I mean, when you've got half of us in the kitchen that are cooking and talking, the other half in the living room, two people are sleeping in the middle of the floor because they work third shift and they're just tired. The two people are sitting on the couch. Two people are outside fucking smoking. And you've got three people inside just smacking each other's asses.
And then you got me walking up to Brandon, hugging him real tight and kissing him on the neck.
It's an absolute just madhouse of ridiculous proportions, but that only happens when our family gets together. So it's like I said, I hate that it's the default answer, but my definition of family is way different than it's like, oh, we all get together and sit around at a nice table and eat this dinner. No, it's not like nice and this holiday feeling. It's you come over and it is going to be insane.
Zach, I'm tempted to come over.
I really wish we were here for Thanksgiving.
I really just
Thanksgiving Day proper wasn't as wild as it was on Tuesday when we had our Friendsgiving.
Oh. I think we covered majority of the stuff that we were looking at covering. One more thing. I want to point out that in this time and in this season that comes around once every year, we always diverge onto things and items and what we want, what they want, instead of the feeling, that emotion, like Zach said about the gathering, like Cap said about the lights. Even kind of like what Lane was talking about before. I mean, it's all these other things that we think about more, and that's really what it should be about. Not so much the things, but about the time that we spend with ourselves and others. And I think that gets lost in translation a lot of the time, and I'd be lying if I would say that I'm kind of concerned about modern generations coming up with technology and stuff that they think they have to have, not knowing the shit that we had to deal with coming up. Not having like this stuff. Heck, didn't have a phone, like a smartphone, until I was out of high school for a couple years. I'm not going to talk about what I do as far as work, but when I was working, and they were like, "You need to get a smartphone," I was like, oh, "I guess if I have to." And then Zach helped me set it up. I remember that, but I think when holidays come around, there's also a somber note because there's people that are not going to be here for the holidays that we're going to miss. We're always going to miss. And for some people, it hits harder than others. Some people don't have those family moments, and those are the people I think who probably hurt the most during all these holidays.
I mean, it just depends on how you see or how you feel about death. I would say that's a whole different conversation, but it's like one of those like you can be sad that they're not here, but you can also celebrate the fact that they're not there.
I mean,
Uncle Jeff Rose was such a dick.
Like I don't include in my life anymore, So it's kind of like there's like different reasons for someone not being around,
Yeah.
Drake dying.
No. I'm listening. I thought there might have been more. I'm not saying like people just not being around. Of course, I'm talking about grandparents and stuff like this, people passing away in car wrecks, stuff that happens. Like this that they're not there with us, and that they take a piece of what they had when they were there. Let's say with Zach's get-togethers. If God forbid, if somebody there passed away prematurely for whatever reason, it would be as if something was slightly missing. Somebody that was usually there isn't there, and it's moments like that that I think we need to just be more grateful about what we actually have now, and not more about what we want or what they want and the wants. I get caught up in that myself, man. I mean, I'm as guilty as everybody else. And I try to. I actually was talking with the wife about earlier, just trying to tone back, kick back a little bit on stuff like that. But do y'all have anything else you want to bring up, talk about? Anything about Christmas, the holidays, pop culture news, anything by chance? Y'all saw that who's the actor on the run right now? What's his name?
On the run.
Yeah, he shot the gun that by accident killed.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, he's on the run now.
I don't think he's on the... Is that right?
Yeah, he's on the run. He deleted all of his social media, and him and his family ghosted. Because they
thought he was like on the run from the police.
Yeah, they have charges pressing against him pending. So he's...
Do they?
Yeah, so he ghosted. It was after that stupid interview he did when he made himself look like an idiot, talking about everything. Put his foot in his mouth a couple times in that interview, apparently. I didn't watch it yet, but I thought one of y'all might have had more info. But I'm sure we can talk about it coming Sunday. And
wait,
what's up?
I have something that the people might want to know.
Oh, yes.
So, the Game Boy is an 8-bit handheld game console developed and manufactured by Nintendo. Handheld in the Game Boy family. It was first released in Japan on April 21st, 1989. The console was released in North America later the same year, then in Europe in late 1990. It was designed by the same team that developed the Game & Watch series of handheld electronic games and several Nintendo Entertainment System games, Satoru Okada, Gunpei Yokoi, and Nintendo Research and Development.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Where are you going with this?
So real quick, prior when we were trying to do the Sunday Christmas chat, Lane had done a bunch of research into the history of the Game Boy and how it's evolved into Nintendo pushed it and evolved over the years. Because it used to be one of the hot items that kids wanted under that tree is to see that little bitty box.
I remember wanting one.
I've still got my Game Boy.
Oh yeah, I know. I know the feeling. I have mine in a little tin box somewhere, and he started digging into it, and it was pretty interesting. And then of course all that BS happened, so we weren't able to stream it. Yeah. Which gen was it? What was it called? The one that did not have the backlight.
Oh, it was Game Boy Color.
Color. That's right. Game Boy Color.
That's what Alex had.
Is the pea green sort of shades of color was also not backlit as well.
Yeah, so
you had Game Boy and then Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, the
Game Boy Color.
Backlit or frontlit options for the Game Boy Advance SP.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember those.
Imagine not having the overhead lamp.
Yeah,
couldn't be me.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember riding in a car, going places, and I had my Game Boy in my hand, and I would have to tilt it so the street light would come through off the street lamps through the windows just while I was playing like Mario or Pokemon or something.
We always had to have Alex sit up under the kitchen where the lamp was, so that way he could see his screen.
That's awesome. That's a good memory. Yeah. Where is that article at? So if anybody wants to look it up later, they can.
It's actually just the Game Boy Wiki.
Oh, so it's straight off Wiki, huh?
Straight off Wiki.
Oh, straight from the tap.
And I remember having a Game Boy and playing like Pokemon and stuff. And you remember the book fair at school?
Oh, yeah.
I remember getting like a Pokemon like book about the Pokemon, the evolutions, all that. It was a thick book too, and I used that book so much because it was the second generation of like the Pokemon that I was playing at the time.
Yeah,
dude, I referenced that.
Favorite generation.
I used to have books just like that, man. That's wild you said that. In fact,
I also used to have those massive cheat code books that had multiple consoles.
Yes.
Mini games for each console and just had the cheat codes listed for them.
Had to get them, man. You had to get them. Most of them weren't even cheat codes. They were like big head mode and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember I had a book from the book fair called Dragonology, the study of real dragons. And it had like glitter in one of the pages, and it was like, these are dragon scales. And then you would turn over, and there would be like a tooth. It'd be like, this is the tooth from a real dragon.
Yeah,
that book was baller.
We had Fairyology and a couple others. I wanted the Dragonology, but we never got it just because I didn't have money at the time. But I remember those Pokemon books. In fact, I had the Articuno one where it told the story of Ash going onto the mountain and meeting Articuno. And it was like every page was in color and all that stuff. And I even did a book report off of a Pokemon book back in like 4th grade. And of course, back then it was like still Gen 1 and everything. And, God, I don't even know where that is. That book's probably gone. I'm sure I probably burnt it by accident somewhere when I lit my old house on fire by accident.
But you guys are absolutely missing the best books that are at the book fair.
Are you talking about the porn?
No, motherfucking Captain Underpants.
Oh my!
Captain Underpants.
Yeah, fuck Captain Underpants.
Dude, he's
Captain Underpants. All my homies say Captain Underpants.
It is true.
That man
Why?
slaps.
Captain Underpants was it was revolutionary.
It was like Zach is not kidding.
Okay, so even as a kid, which it would have been fine, but now as an adult, you still like to look at a child in his underwear. Okay,
Child?
Very suspicious.
That's not a child. It's the principal.
It's like a teacher or something, man.
I don't know. He looked like a child.
It was Mr. Crump. It was the school's principal.
Okay, so you like looking at schizophrenic old men in their underwear.
Yes, I do because it's legal.
It's lovely.
Bro, you know what book was baller and way better than Captain Underpants? Flat Stanley.
I thought you were going to say Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, I did read those, but I prefer Flat Stanley.
Oh, man.
See, I don't even know who Flat Stanley is. That's how bad it is.
Stanley, what shit is that?
You don't know Flat Stanley?
Uh-huh, yeah, see?
Flat Stanley.
Nobody knows
So
him,
the
man.
thing about Flat Stanley is
he
that
flat?
you bought the book and then it came with a cutout of Flat Stanley. And a lot of times when the book was like really popular, you could send it to celebrities and sometimes they would take a photo with Flat Stanley and then send it back to you. One of my classmates got a photo of Flat Stanley with Britney Spears.
Oh my god.
You know what?
That's not a brag.
I know what you did with those cutouts. You put them in the jar.
No, I didn't put Flat Stanley in the fucking jar.
I know exactly. It's not even Flat Stanley anymore. That's three-dimensional Stanley.
It's a gorge Stanley.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
I'm posting a photo of Flat Stanley.
Yeah, did y'all ever have the issue? Like, I had this issue, I think, a couple times. But when you were really young, and the book fair was big, and it was on and popping, and because it's not nothing like it used to be. It used to be legit,
And it had a smell too.
It really did. It was a smell of fresh books coming off the press, and
yes,
That's actually what it smelled like, and that to this day I remember it. But
yeah, I remember too.
because they would.
Oh, Warpy's Blessing's going out, and I'm not gonna get it because I'm not in Crossroads.
Oh, poor man.
Hey, I am.
So, did y'all ever have this issue when, like, you would get something from the book fair, and apparently it was just a little too inappropriate for you, and somebody either snitched on you to a teacher, or a parent found out when you were really young?
No,
No.
that never happened.
I do have a game that did happen for, though.
Really?
I do. I have a game specifically for that.
A game?
A game.
So it wasn't a book.
No, but I'm sorry. I had to interrupt with that because it was such a great game.
Okay.
Listen, I'll give you 3 guesses, all right? Because this was on the Nintendo 64. I'll give you 3 guesses on which one it was, because this is a very easy guess.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it looks like one thing, and it was not.
So, I don't mean to interrupt you, Drake, but I definitely want to tell this story about little young Zach on the Nintendo 64 playing Conker's Bad Fur Day. So my mom and my stepdad got it for me, thinking it was just another, like, they've seen me play the Nintendo 64. They're like, oh, it's got Mario Party and Mario Kart Racing, and it's got, like, all these other games, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, this should be fine. And so they get it for me, and I pop it in, and I start to play it, and I'm like, oh, cool, this is, it's about a little squirrel who's, like, stumbling out of a bar drunk. And then I can start to continue, and then it starts, like, there are, like, blood and guts, and I'm like, oh. And then it starts to get, like, they start to, like, cuss, and I'm like, oh. Oh, my.
How old was little Zach?
How old was I at this point? If we were, let's see, I was probably 6 or 7.
Damn.
We had moved to Alabama by that point, so I was definitely around that age. Obviously this is a video game that has been published and has been out, so I can explain what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't exactly know what to think about it, but there is a part in the game where you have to help a bee, particularly a bee, pollinate a flower.
Fucking flower.
And this flower is like, she's got herself covered up with these leaves, right? So you have to go find these swarms of bees, and they tickle her until she reveals her voluptuousness, let's say. And then the king goes and pollinates, quote unquote, pollinates her. And so then what you have to do is your reward for this is you have to go bounce on her voluptuousness to go get a wad of cash. And my mom and stepdad just so happened to walk in while I was doing that deed, bouncing on the voluptuousness.
Oh man!
And they were like, they audibly were just like, "What the fuck?" And they took the game away from me and smashed it in the front yard.
Oh my
and I was
god!
horrified. I was like, "No, I was enjoying that game because I didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what it was." But I was just like, no, that game was fun. I'm enjoying this.
Jesus.
And,
bro, do you know how much money they smashed?
Yes, I do. I do know how much. And it was a sad day.
That is sad. What a wonderful game, though.
Travesty.
Yeah.
How long have we been going?
I think maybe like 40 minutes, really. 45. Wildly.
I do have to hop out, boys, though.
Yeah.
Lest I get in trouble at work.
We will go ahead and
Have
actually,
a good one.
we'll call it here, guys. Everyone, hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Enjoy the time with your loved ones. Anybody have anything else to say?
Drink water. This is a threat.
Consume our product when we release it at some point or another.
Oh God, yes, the Saturday.
Consume product. Consume product.
Yes, do that.
I'm outside your window.
There's
Lovely.
nothing you can do about it.
Lovely.
I'm in your closet.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Think of that. Think of everything they've said and hold it close to your chest. Bye.
Goodbye.
Started as a whisper, Message from a new world.